instead of us being the party of no like the Republicans, then maybe we should just do the knowledge, sit back before we get all emotional, since we're all sensitive these days. Guys are straight sensitive. We're in a position where the guys act like girls nowadays. Now we gotta come up out of that. We're supposed to be the men. We're supposed to be wise and civilized. We're supposed to be the ones that have the ability to control not only our cipher, but as we move throughout towns, cities, locations, we're supposed to have attracting power so that those people in that environment are forced to conform to the teachings of God. So they can see, well, this is a civilized man and or woman, and they're living a civilized life, so therefore they're examples. So that's what we have to be, not only to our children, but to other people's children, but also to adults as well. We're supposed to be living examples of God. We cannot say the original man is God if we're living complete opposite of that, because that would make us what? Doesn't take hard mathematics to figure that out. It's in the wisdom degree. We know that science. And it's also in the 1 in 36. What's the teachings? What is his own self? If his own self is a righteous Muslim, well, what is he outside of his own self? That makes him devil. So, how do we go forward and let the people know that we still have a place in this day and age to produce something for our own people? And this is where I'm at right now. Everything's real. August 15, 2009. I'm officially inviting every earth that has the ability to come. I'm inviting every single God that has the ability to come. I'm inviting every single original man and or woman who was at one time dealing with the science that may not be dealing with it anymore. Or I'm also inviting those who have interest in the science, who may not be trying to come to the science because they think that we're stagnant, or they think that we're dealing with contradiction, or we're being hypocrites because at one point we're saying that the original man is God, but we're living out something else. We're doing the exact same thing that the 85% is doing. So I'm going to explain the difference of the 85% and the 5% and what is going on now, why the difference is the line between those two are blurred when it should be a huge line divide between the 85% and the 5%. I'm going to show why that line has become blurred, because it is. Because I mean, nowadays I can't tell who's God and who's not, because they're living exactly the same. I can see two people out there smoking, doing this, that, and the third, and unless he opens his mouth, I don't know what he is. Unless I walk by, he says knowledge, or something like that. But the two individuals look exactly the same because they're doing exactly the same. One may have supreme knowledge, but what makes him any different from the other one? Actually, it makes him worse because he has the supreme knowledge to know better than doing those things, but he's doing it anyway. Robbing, doing this, that, and the third. We gotta keep it real. We know there's people coming in the name of Allah that's doing some foul stuff. Those are the ones. It's our job as the righteous to step up and crush that. Step up and show a difference. Stop being punks and allowing that stuff to go on and saying nothing. We need to man up and build and simply say, now cipher God. That's not mathematics. We can apply all these alphabetic terms and titles to all negative stuff. See cipher, all this negative. We're using math for all these negative terms, but we ain't using the math to show and prove that stuff is not right and exact. We're not using the math to slay these dudes in the streets and say, look, you killing babies over here. That's devilishment. We gotta do what we gotta do to survive in society, but at rep cost and what are we willing to put on the table for that? I mean, are you willing to stomach the killing and destruction of somebody's family just so you can buy some sneakers and a cup and some shirts and some jeans that might cost you a grip? Now, sorry for God, everything's real. If I'm in a position to do hard work to produce for my own, then we all can. That's all about networking. That's all about getting everybody's jewels together and making one big diamond. And this is what's going to happen at that. We're gonna provide information to help employ the gods with the gods. And if you want to wean yourself off the grafted, we're going to provide information to assist on weaning yourself off the grafted. But this has to happen. This is a situation to where instead of us always pointing and focusing all of our energy on putting somebody down, we need to focus our energy on bringing all the gods up. And this is what I'm going to do that day. This is not going to be a bashing, but I'm going to show and prove. In order to see the issues out there, they gotta be presented. We gotta stop covering our eyes as if nothing's happening. We gotta stop acting as if we're men and we're not being men. We gotta stop acting as if we're fathers and we're not. We gotta stop acting as if we're producers and we're not. We have to be those things. There is no excuse. We can't blame the grafters for every single thing. We produce them. We can't allow and fall victim to every single thing on face value. I'm going to have to everybody. I'm joining on whoever wants to be down with this, destroying these dudes who are simply trying to come after Islam, who's trying to come after the Father, who's going to come after the heart of the teachings. But we're hugging up with them. We're smiling in their faces and we're telling them, oh, yeah, peace to the brothers, gods to the... But these are the same dudes who's on camera dissing the lessons. Well, that's the foundation. So now these dudes can diss the lessons and all of a sudden they are peoples. We all hugged up and smiling with all these guys that's dissing Islam. Isn't that just culture? Isn't that our way of life? And that's being destroyed? And so somebody put some false teachings in your face by Walter Williams and all these dudes and say that this is what Islam is. And we say, oh yeah, that's right and exact. Although it's a complete contradiction to the teachings that we got of Islam. The Father didn't teach that type of Islam. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad didn't teach that type of Islam. Master Farad Muhammad didn't teach that type of Islam. So why all of a sudden that these guys who come by and say, this is what Islam is, we accept it? I don't accept the teachings of the Arabs or what they define Islam as being. That's their Johnny-come-latelys. They came after the fact. We originated all this. If the nation of Islam has no set birth record, what the heck is ours? So if the original man has no set birth record at all, there's no beginning nor end to the original man, you gotta tell me that all these new things is what Islam is because they lack understanding? Come on, man. Now cipher. So come, August 15, 2009, Divine Land in the Land of Truth, which is Donnelly Homes Projects, the Community Center, Trenton, New Jersey. Self-just, peace.